Well, here we go. Yeah, I said I might be back, and here I am with something else that, again, just something simple, something very basic that I'd like to share with you so that I can make myself feel more comfortable doing these videos, but also hopefully give you a little bit of inspiration. So what I've been working on a journal, a book, with a sort of herby botanical theme the last few days, and I needed something to go in one of the pockets, and this is what I came up with. It's a little journaling spot. We're made with two of the sort of original card type cutouts that came on the scrapbook paper, so I wanted to use them up so that I didn't have them lying around because my scrap bin is overflowing as it is. Anyway, long story short, this is what we're going to have a look at making right now. Okay, so if you've got in your stash anything like a masterboard and you don't know what to use it for, we've got a heap of, this fabulous thick packaging board. You might even have some postcards. You might have some playing cards. You might have some of these really pretty, what are they? I suppose they're fortune telling cards of some description, or motivational cards, but they're all usually come in a pack. They're all usually the same size, which really lends itself beautifully to be in the back and the front of something. You might have some pre-cut cards, ATCs, that are all again uniform in size. Brilliant. You can always round the corners of those off. Yeah. And of course you can cut your own. The only thing I will say about cutting your own is, I don't know if you can see it, but this one, it's not quite the same size, whatever. If your cutting's accurate, then brilliant. If not, what I have got and what I have used is my trusty artist's trading card Sizzix die. Okay, it's another one of my best beloved items. It's just called artist trading card, and it cuts out regular, all the same every time. Lovely bits of card. Okay, so I've used this on a postcard and I've cut out these two images from the postcard, which is what we're going to make the little book with today. Okay, you might want to take note of what's on the back. You might not really mind what's on the back. In this case, I don't really mind what's on the back. It's given me more space to journal on and things like that. Right, so that's the first thing we've done, is we've cut out our matching back and front for our little book. Okay, sorry if there's any glare. Generally speaking, I would not use shiny stuff anyway, but there are lots of ways of getting rid of the glare on things like this with a bit of tissue or gesso, or we can talk about that another time. So we've cut those out. Okay, the next thing we need to look at really carefully is we need to measure the size of the card. Now obviously this one's just under 90mm, but where I'm measuring it is between the arcs of the corner roundings. So this one comes up at, pop that there, 80mm. Okay, and bear in mind that's what my ATC cutter comes out as. Of course, things like the playing cards that we saw earlier on, they will be all different sizes. So the main thing to remember is just to measure between your arcs. So this one is on this particular playing card is 75. This one it's 92 mil, let's say. All right, just make a note of whatever that dimension is. You'll need it a couple of times. All right. Okie dokie. The next thing we need to cut is we need to cut a spine for the book. Okay, so you can see these are set on a spine. All right, which you can also see in the middle here. You need a reasonably twangy, thick sort of piece of card. This one's nice because it's got a back and a front. Again, bear in mind that you're going to see both sides when you make your final spine. Okay, what I'm going to use a piece that's the same on both sides. Okay, so I've cut my spine to that measurement of 80 mil. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, using my handy dandy corner rounder, is just take all those square edges off that spine piece. Now, at any point when you're making this little book, as you can be doing your distressing, your stitching, whatever, at each relevant point, you'll work out where it is you want to be doing those things. But for me, at the moment, I'm just making this plain. Okay, so you've made your spine, and then what you're going to do is you're going to score it plumb down the middle, and you're going to give it a good press. All right, so you've got the basis of the spine. Just pop that over there for the minute. And the next thing you need, obviously, is your insert, your inner bit. Now, I have been using some tea stained paper, and this was A4, trust me, it was A4, and I folded it down the long way so that I can get plenty of pieces out of it. You could use tea dye paper, you could use truly reclaimed recycled paper, and again what I would do is I would fold that down the length so that I can then cut off relevant bits. I might trim those edges up, it's up to you. And while I was looking around in my stash of beautiful things that I have, I came across this. It's a bridge scorecard from a well-known newsagent, and would you believe, for me, it's absolutely perfect. It's just a wee bit bigger than 80 mil, probably 81 mil, which was fantastic. So that's what I've decided to use. Okay, so you take that piece of card, that's insert paper, inner paper, and you give it a good fold down there. Fold it down the middle. Don't worry about the moment that you've got this bit flapping out the side. We know what we're going to do with that in a bit. Okay, what the next bit to do is, obviously if there's an up and a down to your paper, you know, try and keep that in mind for when you're gluing it together. But for the moment, and as it turns out, this is upside down and back to front anyway, this paper, but that's not a problem. So with the fold that you folded in the middle and the fold that you folded on your spine, put those two together so that the spine fold and the insert fold meets, and then just using either a bit of masking tape or a bit of, like I'm using here, my post-it note, bring those two together so that they don't shift. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that to your sewing machine and you're going to sew down that line there. Okay? In the style of everything that's all Blue Petery, I've already, for those that don't know, Blue Peter, they always used to make things in real time, and they'd always have one I made earlier. So here's my one I made earlier, and as you can see, I've sewn down the middle. And just to secure it, what I've done is these ends here, I've tied them in a knot. Because what might happen is, as with this one that I did also earlier on, I forgot to tie the knot, and of course it's already coming apart. So that's a little handy hint there, is to do that. Okay, let's give it a bit of a level up. It's not crucial. So this is the point really where you need to be considering, if you have got a directional paper, as I say, this one's, it's right that way, it's wrong that way. If you have got a directional paper, then this is where you need to take that into account, but this one, it doesn't really matter. Okay, next thing we need to do is we need to get our glue, and we need to put some glue on this part of the spine. And of course this is the moment when my trusty glue has decided to be bunged up. Okay, let's try it now. No, okay, we'll give up that and we'll get out the big guns. Sorry for that cracking noise, it's my pot with all my glues in. Okay, this is very, very big glue pot. Okay, so this is going to be the front, what I do is I'm going to put that one on there, and then to align the other one we fold it in half and we put our glue on there, and we stick our back on there, and I'm lining up my corners and edges, and I'm giving that a gentle press, and you can see we're nearly there. Okay, next thing, take these pages and fold them so that they're a little way away from the edge of the cover. Do the same on this side. I think this is great quality paper. I hope I can get some more of it. And there we have it. There is your little journaling spot insert for a pocket, a tuck. I suppose it could even be a wraparound, you know, a page wrap around. I mean, just to finish it off, maybe we could, or we should. Oops, we should just round the corners. Oh dear. There we go. It's the workman, not the tools, trust me. There we go. And there we are. There is your little tuck spot journaling booklet. And as you can see with this one, it's been vintaged quite badly, which is why it's not in the final product, because I don't know, I over-inked somehow. There's a few stampy things on there and bits and pieces, but yeah, I hope that's been going to be of some use to you, and that you get to use all of your, either your old postcards or your playing cards, or you know, even those lovely bits that you cut out from scrapbooking paper. Alright, we'll see you again very soon with another video, hopefully. Alright, take care, bye now.